I almost failed. I almost gave myself a justified excuse for not knocking this out real quick. Like, man, they deserve better than this and that. Like all this stuff we always tell ourselves, right? But no, not today, devil. Monday motivation. Man, I think Monday motivation is so important because I don't know about you. Like sometimes on Sunday night, like I remember back at the Naval Academy, probably the most depressing day of the week was Sunday night. Just kicking it off. I was over at my amazing sponsor family's house with my sponsor brothers, these other football players that remain some of my closest friends. And man, you get back from church and like every hour as it creeps closer to muster, Sunday at 6 p.m. You just kind of, it was like dread. And then there's this hill called Oh Shit Hill. And that's what we call it because as you crest the hill, you see the Naval Academy, like, ah. So I think to counter that, I don't know if you can fix the Sunday night dreads on Sunday night. Sometimes you just got to punch it in the throat on Monday morning. And that's why I think Monday morning motivation is so important, or Monday motivation, whether it's morning or not, is because Monday is a chance to remind ourselves why we're doing what we're doing, and kind of set that capacity to crush everything at the beginning of the week, because we know the week's going to test us. That's what the week does. So for me, Monday is an important day to remember why I'm doing what I'm doing. So one, I can crush the Sunday blues, and then the Monday kind of look ahead. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I get pre-tired. Like I look ahead, I'm like, I'm already tired. I hadn't done it yet, right? And so Monday motivation is kind of the way to do that. And one of the ways I do that every once in a while depends on kind of the week or the significance of the week. And also, this is a Bullets and Bourbon week, so I'm pretty pumped because Bullets and Bourbon tomorrow is always real fun and real encouraging. But for me, I keep going back to YouTube. It's this queue of videos I have queued up that can remind me why I'm doing what I'm doing. And without getting too intense, too dramatic, the one I always go back to, if I really need it, is the ending scene of Meet Joe Black when, without spoiling the movie, Brad Pitt is death. Anthony Hopkins is a guy who death gives more time. And then in the process of that time, Joe Black falls in love with Anthony Hopkins' daughter, but the gig is kind of up. His kind of time has run out. And there's this really powerful scene at his birthday party where he kisses his daughter and says, hey, I'm going to go over here and rest. And even though he kind of knows his time's up, and I think his daughter kind of intuitively knows. So there's a real cool conversation between Joe Black and Anthony Hopkins. And then they go over the bridge. So, because the deal's over. And Anthony Hopkins looks at him and goes, should I be scared? And I love this. And for me, it just reminds me to be this kind of guy, be this kind of person. You don't have to be a guy. But Joe Black looks at him and goes, not a man like you. So I'll throw that video on there. But my motivation is to do everything I do in such a way that when I run out of time, I don't have much to wonder about and regret. Did I do it all great? Maybe, maybe not, but did I do it? And that's the thing. So I don't know what your Monday motivation is, but find something. And it doesn't always have to be deep and significant like that. And but it's good to have those in the queue so you can remind yourself why you're doing the hard stuff you're doing. And if you're not doing hard stuff and you don't find yourself looking ahead at a week that's got some real challenges, then maybe ask yourself if you're doing the right thing, because all good things are hard. Not impossible, but if you're not meeting resistance, that means no one else is trying to do it, or you're the first on the planet. And you might be smart enough to be the first on the planet to try something. I'm not. So if I'm doing something and there's no resistance, it means no one else is trying to do it, because I haven't been the one who thought of it first. So, all right. Appreciate y'all. Have an amazing week.